Welcome to the Jameela Adams Experience podcast. It's the place to be if you're a woman over 40 who wants to feel inspired, empowered, and heard. Jameela Adams, your host, is an entrepreneur and best-selling author who will discuss how to find joy and happiness in life's challenges. So come and join the experience.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining this week's episode. Hi, I'm your host, Jameela Adams, and I'm so excited this year. We're doing the whole Better Me, Better You theme because I want all of us to be better, not just for myself, but for everybody, because I want to build a community with you. And through this time of self-reflection and also just bettering myself, yes, I've stumbled along the way. But the whole point is that we have to improve and do things better. So with that being said, I love having guests on who want to improve the lives of others, be it their creative genius through writing, through singing, or anything like that, through helping others do their skills as being a health coach or anything like that. And I'm just so excited to have this young man on my program who just exudes just positivity, caring, and just being such a kind human being. In the short time that I've known him, his spirit is just moving. And I hope when he talks that you get a better understanding of who he is and how he does things. So I'm so excited to have an author, Higgins, whose title book is The Egyptian Princess and the Lost Treasure. Like I said, he's a young author out of Memphis, Tennessee, who enjoys writing. He's family-oriented and God-fearing, and that's something that resonates with me as well. And if you listen to his story and listen to what he talks about, you can tell that he's living it, he's walking it, it's in his purpose, it's in his vibe. So with that being said, step to the mic and tell us who you are, what you do, and what new projects you have coming out.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jameela. I am Higgins. Like she said, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised. I do travel a lot, when I'm tired of living in the city. But I am here because I decided to become a writer. Well, I always wanted to be a writer, but I finally figured out what to write about and where the situation starts at. And it starts with our children. So I became a children's book writer, and my inspiration behind each and every story that I write is based upon memories in my life, friends, family, even my children. My biggest inspiration for my first story, The Egyptian Princess and the Lost Treasure, is my daughter. She's so full of adventure. She's so full of life. And that gave me the inspiration that I needed to write the story in honor of her. And I do have a few more projects coming out at the end of the year. One is in memory of my father, which is Grandpa's House for the Weekend. I have Dream World, A Journey Amongst the Cloud, which is for my second oldest son. And then I have Brave Little Boxer that'll be coming out, which is in honor of two friends that I grew up with who love to scuffle a lot. So I try to take my reality and turn it into children's books to help send out a positive message and create something different for each and every story.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So as you just gave a little bit about your background and what inspired you to be an author, but what are the themes and messages you want to convey specifically when you write? I understand that they're inspired by your children and family members and friends, but what really just like, hey, this is something I want to share, and what is the meaning behind it, and how is that message is something that you want to convey?
So the message I want to convey when it comes to the story, it depends on the story that I write. So like for my first story, it entails that it speaks on how brave you can be no matter how young you are, the willingness to give back to others and support those that are around you. Try not to have so much fear and overcome your fears and overcome your adversities, and then you realize how strong you really are. And also, there's also the love that's around you, that surrounds you, that keeps you going. So and then my other stories, like my dad's story, the message is, being that I wrote that story right after he passed, was more so that he didn't get the opportunity to meet all his grandkids. So you have to have you have to love your people and enjoy your people while they're here and spend as much time with you as possibly as humanly possible. Try to make time. If you don't have it, try to find a way to make time. Like Dream World was just a fun book though. There's no big message in Dream World, Journey Amongst the Clouds. I just wanted to write something fun and exciting, like a superhero themed story. But Brave Little Boxer speaks on being brave, courageous, no matter how small you are. No matter how small you are, always have a big heart and push through whatever it is you need to, no matter the struggles.
Awesome. And that's something we definitely need to embody in ourselves and also to our children. And in my case, my grandchildren, I really want them to be fearless, to stand up for not only themselves, but for others, and to not live in fear. I mean, this world is scary as it is, but we
Yeah.
have to stand up to what is right, and also to just be a better, be a better person for our friends and family, and show them it's okay to be scared, but you still got to push through it. So that is a beautiful thing to say, and also to put into writing. So obviously your family and your friends are your biggest influence. So what other influences that you have? I know that you're always promoting you want to be everyone's favorite children's author. So who are you trying to beat?
I'm trying to I'm trying to outsell Dr. Seuss. I know that's where my standards are because I know he was one of the best selling children book writers of all time. I don't think you can go into a school or even another country and not know Dr. Seuss, because I feel like the whole world knows one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. So my goal is to outsell Dr. Seuss. That's where my standards are. My goal is to outsell Dr. Seuss. My goal is to become your favorite children's book writer of all time. Like this where I'm headed. And I also want to take the opportunity to take my I want to do much more than just write books. I want to create opportunities and spaces for other children who don't have a leg up in the world to be able to have an advantage in the world and help them understand that life is so much more precious and it's so much more out in the world if you're just if you're granted the opportunity to see outside of your living situation. Because most children who grow up in poverty become a product of their environment.
Mhm.
And I try to make sure I want to be able to create spaces in those neighborhoods to give children an outlet to, just to be able to, because we need more children and more people in the STEM field.
Yes.
You know, we need more children to get in tune with that. But the things that they glorify today isn't aligned with aligned with STEM. So I would like to create a space and give them opportunities because they only go when you grow up in the projects, you only go by what you see. And
Right.
if no one's there to show you different, how else would you know different?
Right. Right.
I want to give them opportunity to to be able to learn something new and understand how far they can go in the world and everything. Sometimes it's not always about right now.
Right.
You don't have to have the glory, you don't have to have the shine, you don't have to have it right now. But if you put in the work and you do what you got to do to survive, then you'll have that later on in life.
Right. So I know when we talked previously, you had an idea for a nonprofit. What is that? What is the nonprofit that you're looking to bring out?
So the nonprofit that I'm looking to bring out, it's called the Flutter Club. It's originally going to be based off of like a youth book club
Mhm.
where children have the opportunity to explore reading a lot more.
Right.
So we're creating the app as we speak. We're creating the app, and we're creating the app. We're searching for a building. Like we're trying to create something that offers not only just reading, but gives you an opportunity to be your best self, like show them do job trainings and stuff like that, show them how to do resumes, especially the young teenagers who getting ready to go out into the world. So we're trying to create a space where they can, because there's so much fun and power in reading that most kids today don't know about.
Right.
And and it's because of technology and the advancement of technology and everything. So we're just trying to create a space where they can get back into their element and be able to enjoy the art of reading and you never know, I might be an inspiration for someone who wants to be an author at a young age but don't know what to do. So I'm trying to create different avenues and create a space for children that'll give them the opportunity to be themselves and not always try to fit in with the in crowd.
Right. And that's one of the things as a parent, you want your child to not just fit in, but just be themselves. I mean, because everybody wants community, everybody wants to be involved, but at the same time, you find yourself trying to fit in just because everybody else is doing the same thing,
Yeah.
then you have to kind of say, hey, look, you are special. You are made differently. You are set apart. I need for you to understand that. And I think if more and more parents got into that and instilled that into their children, we wouldn't have a lot of the issues that we have today. But that's just my opinion.
Mhm.
But I'm so glad that you see that, you recognize it, and you want to just be out there for everybody, not just yours, but for everybody, because it's just one of those things. You have something special. You want other people to see it, to believe in it, and pass it on. And it goes on, and you're just building these blocks for people to just communicate and be better. So that's awesome. I really appreciate it. So the projects that you have coming out are very worthwhile. And if you need any help with anything, I'm pretty sure and our network, we can find somebody that can help you. I definitely want to see you succeed in whatever you do because you're just that brilliant and great of a person. So how can we reach you?
You can reach me on all my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. Facebook and Instagram is Arthur A. Higgins, and TikTok is A. Higgins. And you can reach me at my email at aahigginsbooks@gmail.com. Please don't be afraid to reach out. I'm open to doing more podcast interviews. I'm open to do speaking events, whatever. Just let me know. I'll make myself present. I'm setting up the book signing soon at a couple of libraries here in the city. I actually have a reading on the 17th at another library, which I just recently did a back to school event. And so through that, I made a few other connections with some really good people who have their own book clubs and everything like that. So I get to go out and speak and read to them. So I'm on my way.
I'm glad. I'm very glad for you, as such a blessing. So as we close out, is there any final words that you like to say before we close out? Is there anything other than, the projects you talked about? Is there anything else going on that you just want to bring up, or any closing words?
Yes, for everyone that is listening, everyone that is tuned in, no matter what your dreams are, no matter what you're chasing, don't let no one tell you you can't do it. Don't let no one stop you. Don't let no obstacle get in your way. Keep pushing forward. If you tap into the Egyptian princess and the lost treasure, you'll learn that Princess Amari did the same thing. She pushed through no matter what people, no matter how people tried to shut her down. She pushed through and made it happen for the people that's in her community. So make sure, no matter what your dreams are, make sure you push forward and do not stop. Don't let nothing stop you. You are great, and don't you ever forget that.
Awesome. And thank you so much for those inspiring words. And as I close out with the show, I always say this because I feel we all need something to get us through. I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you. And I will chat with you next week. And thank you, AA, for being on the show. And I look forward to seeing more of you and the time comes. And I definitely would love to have you back on. So good day, everybody. Good night, everyone. And I'll chat with you next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Do you have a passion project you want to bring to life? Let Jameela Adams at your service help you. Jameela Adams at your service was created to assist businesswomen, 40 plus, by bringing their passion project to life through website design and marketing. Visit JameelaAdamsAtYourService.com and sign up for a consultation today. Remember, you have a voice, use it.